Alex in lane 4 and Max in lane 5. Similar entry times turned together at 50 and the 44-second mark, with Luca just behind them. He's entered at 3:21, so he's about second slower. There's 47 on the first 50. So hitting the third turn in the lead, Alex Fawcett, Watford swimmer, and he's now managed to pull out a metre or so, a couple of metres maybe on Max, the halfway. So he's at 3:14 his entry time, at halfway goes 1:30, so way inside the split he needs to get that. 1:32 for Max Lesnar, he's in at 3:17, so again going very well. 1:37.5 halfway for Luca, and he's in 3:21, so again he's a few seconds inside the split you'd expect him to get if he can swim evenly over the full 200 metres. Alex now really pulling away, going very well indeed in the lead. He's only got 2 lengths to go. Last 2 lengths when he gets to this turn. Goes through his turn, 2:16. Max behind him at 2:21. And Luca not far behind him, 2:29. So they're all looking good for new personal bests if they keep this going. Final turn at 2:40 for Alex Fawcett. Alexander entered at 3:14. Look at the board. He's going really well. He's going to be just over 3 minutes, I would think. Maybe 3:03 or something like that. Coming down now the last few strokes. And touches, in fact, a 3:01.28. Very good swim for Alexander Fawcett. Max Lesnar entered 3:17. Goes 3:06.7. And Luca, don't forget, he entered at 3:21. So watch the time as he comes through. Touches 3:18, 3 seconds inside his entry time. That's 3 good swims. Can you clear to the side, please, swimmers? Can you make your way out of the pool, please? And this is heat 2 of the 200 metres backstroke. Swimmers in lanes 2 to 7. So 6 swimmers in the pool. William Lee's in lane 2 is a 12-year-old from Royston. Another 12-year-old, Bo Riley, alongside him in 3 from Bishop Stortford. Then we've got 3 11-year-olds and then 1 more 12-year-old. The 3 11-year-olds are lane 4, Fraser McDonald from Hatfield. And then lane 5, Luke Peterson from Hatfield. And lane 6, Lewis Hockenberg, who is from Potters Bar. The 12-year-old on lane 7 is Barnaby O'Donnell. And he's from Bushy. But it's Royston's William, who's going to turn just ahead of Fraser. 42 seconds, 42.8 for the leader, and then exactly a second lay behind him for second. 44s and 45s for the early 50-metre turn. Still out in the lead at the moment, William Lees from Royston. Fraser McDonald's behind him, and then behind Fraser got Bo Riley. And then pretty close actually between Lewis and Luke in 6 and 5, and then Barnaby right on their tail. So at halfway, William Lees splits 130.1, 131. for Fraser McDonald. Bo Riley, 131 as well. 132 for Lewis in lane 6. 133, Luke Peterson, and then 134 for Barnaby O'Donnell. That's the halfway 100-metre splits. Still about half a metre clear. William Lees in lane 1, lane 2 rather. And he's going well, coming up to the 150 split, but now trying to pick up Fraser McDonald. And between those, Bo Riley. These three just a little bit clear of Lewis Hockenberg. Leaders turning at 2:18. There isn't much between them. It's only about a second. So coming down to final length, just in the lead now. It's really close, but it looks like it could be Fraser McDonald now. Faster arm turnover. William Lees in lane 2. They're in second place at the moment. Lane 3 is Bo Riley in third place. As they come into touch, it's going to be Fraser McDonald. Touches first, 3:02.72, 3:04.05. Second place for William Lees and Bo at 3:04. Lewis's birthday today. Happy birthday. Swimming as an 11-year-old in that race, so hope you had a good swim. Clear the pool, please. Clear the pool to the side, please. This is heat 3 of the event 318, the men's 200 metres backstroke. P3, Daniel Williams is in lane 1, he's 12 from Cheshunt, lane 2. William Lockwood, 11-year-old from Hatfield, lane 3. Jacob Hayes is 13 from Bishop Stortford. 4, Nathan Massam, who's 12 from Costa. Nathan's fastest entrant, he's the only one in this who's gone under 3 minutes, he's done 2:59. Lane 5 is Ollie Fennick, who's 11 from Verulam. 6 is Thomas Mayer, who's 13 from Costa. Lane 7, Zach Fellows, 11 from Cheshunt. We've got a 10-year-old, Ron Borges, 10-year-old from Stevenage in lane 8. Only 10-year-old in the event. Coming up to turn. Ron is one of the ones that's right up there. Didn't come up on the board, but he turned up there about 40 seconds, along with Ollie Fennick in lane 5. Moment it's Ollie. And on the far side for me, Daniel Williams now going very well. And Ron Borges. And there's a lot of them all very, very close together. Coming down to halfway. So remember, they're all trying to get under 3 minutes here in the lead. Ollie Fennick. So Ollie's going to turn first. 1:25, 1:25, 1:25. Ollie with Jacob and Ron all turning together. 10-year-old up there with them. 1:26 for Daniel Williams. Right behind them, 1:26 also for Zach Fellows. And then behind those two, 1:27 for Nathan Massam and 1:27.9 for Thomas. Very close, but in the lead, coming down now towards the 1:50 mark. Still just holding on to his lead, I think, is Ollie Fennick, but now coming through strongly. Jacob Hayes in lane 3 from Bishop Stortford. Jacob having a very good third 50. Ron Borges is comfortably in third here, but in the lead now. It's Jacob Hayes, had a great third 50, and coming off the wall though. It's Ollie Fennick who's come off the wall well, and he's right up there with him. Also picking up the pace, Daniel and William in lanes 1 and 2. And Zach in lane 7 alongside Ron now. But turning first, Ollie Fennick from Verulam in lane 5. He's pulling away. It's a great second half of a race. He entered at 3 minutes. He's going to go inside 3 minutes the first time probably. And he comes through. Great sprint finish in lane 6 of Zach Fellows. But the winning time, 2:51.79, goes to Ollie Fennick. Great last length by Zach Fellows from Cheshunt, taking a second place in that heat, 2:53, and third was Jacob Hayes at 2:53.8. Can you clear to the side of the pool, please, swimmers? Clear to the side, please. Heat 4 of the 200 metres backstroke. Just the 7 went to the blocks in this heat. Kai Fellows in 1 is 13 from Cheshunt. Got a couple of 11-year-olds in this. They're the fastest 11-year-olds in the event. First of those, lane 2 is Parker Brewster, who's from Harpenden in at 2:57. Lane 3 is George Hooper, who's 13 from Costa. 4, Oliver Baskerville, who's 12 from Hatfield. He's the fastest entrant in the event at 2:50. Callum Deacon in 5 is the other 11-year-old. He's at 2:51. And he's from Hatfield. No swimmer in 6. 7 is Harrison Odie, who's 13 from Hoddesdon, and then James Gibson in lane 8 is 12 from Hemel. 38.7. Harrison Odie from Hoddesdon. At the turn. Really, really close. You can see 4 swimmers there all turning together. Kai over in lane 1. Lane 5 maybe just moving a little bit ahead is Callum. And then you've got Harrison and James in 7 and 8. First to turn, Callum Deacon turns at 1:21.89, 1:22.6, 1:22.8. Is James Gibson and Harrison Odie. 1:23 next to turn was Cheshunt Sky Fellows. Just ahead of 1:23 as well for Oliver Baskerville. And then 1:26 for George Hooper, 1:26 for Parker Brewster. Coming up to the 1:50 turn. Still in the lead, Karen Deacon, 11-year-old, one of the fastest ones in it, ends at 2:51, splits at 2:04, 2:05 for Oliver behind him, just a 50 to go. And then we've got 2:06.07, lanes 7 and 8 locked together between Harrison in 7 and James in 8. James just edging out of Harrison now into third, but also picking up, targeting that third place is Kai Fellows in lane 1. But up the front, look how close this is between the 2 Hatfield swimmers. Oliver in 4, Callum in 5. Big sprint finish between these 2. Oliver trying to get back on terms. Callum fractionally ahead. Going to be really, really close as they come in. Who's going to be able to nail the finish? 2:44.21. Touch goes to Callum Deacon out of Oliver Baskerville at 2:44.34. 10th behind, and then third to touch there was James Gibson from Hemel at 2:47. Can you clear to the side, please? Clear the pool, please. This is heat 5 of the 200 metres backstroke. So again, just a 7 on the blocks to this heat 5. Daniel Mayer is in lane 1, 13 from Potters Bar. Lane 2, 13-year-old Ben Taggart from Watford. Lane 3, Thomas Lydiard, who's 14 from Ware. And lane 4, Samuel Jeffrey, who is 13 from Hatfield. Lane 5, George Grimwood, another 13-year-old, but from Bishop Stortford. Lane 6, Samuel Carter, 14 from Bishop Stortford. And 7, Danny Foreman, 13-year-old from Potters Bar. So 14-year-olds in lane 3 and 6, and the others are all 13. First to turn will be on the 13-year-olds, 37 seconds for Daniel Mayer in lane 1. Potters Bar swimmer entered at 2:50. He's pulling out a little bit of a lead, but the others are all pretty much together, with Danny Foreman just a little bit behind. Danny Mayer in the lead. His entry time was 2:50.32. 13-year-old. Very, very close behind him. At the moment, looks like Ben Taggart and Thomas Lydiard in 2 and 3 are behind him. Daniel turns first, 1:19. 1:21 for Ben Taggart, 1:22 for Thomas Lydiard. 1:22.7 for Samuel Jeffrey, 1:22.73, 1:22.98 for Samuel in 6 and George in 5. 1:24 Danny Foreman, so really not much between any of them. Final turn for our leader. He's having a really good last 50 over in lane 1. Daniel Mayer. Danny Mayer, who's a 2:50 swimmer, coming into the last 5 metres. Just got 50 metres to go. Last turn, 2:01. 2:03, up in second place comfortably now, Ben Taggart. He's had a really good third 50. Third place could go to any of the others there. You've got Thomas, Samuel, George, and the other Samuel, or Danny a little bit behind. Final length. Daniel in lane 1, digging in hard, being chased by Ben Taggart. These two a little bit clear. Now, great last length going up to third place for George Grimwood, but Daniel Mayer is going to go touch first. 2:41.19, 2:43.01 for Ben Taggart. Third to touch there, 2:45 was George Grimwood. All inside their entry times. Well done, swimmers. Can you clear the pool, please? Clear to the side, please, swimmers. This is heat number 6 of the 200 metres backstroke. So away we go with heat 6. Jack Barnard in lane 1, got a long underwater section there. 15 from Potters Bar, 2 Dylan Morris, 14 from Watford, 3 Lucas Hartley, who's 13 from Hatfield. Alongside him another 13-year-old, William Fawcett in lane 4 from Watford. Lane 5, James Renton, who's 14 from Potters Bar. Then 3 Watford swimmers in a row. Zach Riley in lane 6, who's 14. Ramir Jivram in 7, who's 15. And then the fastest 12-year-old entrant in the event, Rafferty May in lane 8. He's entered at 2:46. 35.7 for Jack Barnard, and then group of 36s, and then 37s for 5, 4 and 6. 39 for Rafferty May, last to turn. Still in the lead though, Jack Barnard in lane 1, 15-year-old. It's very good. He's behind him at the moment. It's probably Lucas and then Dylan. Jack turns first, 1:15. Lucas 116, Dylan 116.9, 117 flat behind those, James Renton, then 117.5 for Ramir Givran, 118.7 for William Fawcett, and then 119.5 for Zach Riley, and 121.3 for Rafferty May at halfway. Still holding his lead, Jack Barnard, 15-year-old, against 13-year-old Lucas Hartley in lane 3, but Lucas is getting closer now. Also moving up, Potters Bar's William Fawcett. Beg your pardon, James Renton, I beg your pardon. Williams behind him in lane 4, James in lane 5. Coming up now to the final turn. Absolutely together. Jack in lane 1. Lucas in lane 3. Similar entry times. Jack holding Lucas off at the moment. It's really, really close. They're now in a line, absolutely together as they go in front of me. Who's going to get the touch? Really close. 232.99. The touch goes to Lucas Hartley ahead of Jack Barnard, 233.24. Few tenths, couple of tenths there. James Renton third touch at 236.01. Very tight race. Well done, guys. Good sprint finish there in lane 3. Clear the pool, please. Clear the pool, please. And this is heat 7 of the 200 metres backstroke. Edward Ormsby is in lane 1, he's a 13-year-old swimmer for Royston. Then two 15-year-olds, Charlie Stanbury in lane 2 from Potters Bar and Jake Williamson in lane 3 from Hatfield. Then the 13-year-old Ethan Howard, who is the fastest entrant in this heat from Potters Bar, 2:34. Lane 5, William Buckley, who's 14 from Watford. Lane 6 is Ethan Ivlor Chapman, who's 15 from Costa. Lane 7, Joseph Sutton, Joe is 15 from Watford, and then Wares, Callum Cox in lane 8 is 14. Good lead by Charlie Stanbury after 50, 33.5. He's about a second and a half clear of Ethan Ivlor Chapman, who's turning in second place, who's about a second clear of third place Jake Williamson. Still holding on to that lead, Charlie Stanbury, Potters Bar swimmer in lane 2. So they're coming down halfway, but there with him, Ethan Ivlor Chapman. These two a bit clear of the whole row of swimmers. Charlie Stanbury entered 2:35, splits at halfway, 1:11, 1:12 for Ethan, and then 1:14, 1:15 for Joseph in 7, Edward in 1, and then 1:16s for 4, 3 and 5 in that order really. Ethan in 4, Jake in 3 and William in 5. Callum turns to 1:16.8. Still close between this leading pair. Going to get a lot closer now. We've got 2 lengths to go. And now just going to the front, Ethan in lane 6, just overhauling Charlie. About a second clear, 1:50 and 1:51. Pretty close, but it is Ethan Ivlor Chapman in lane 6, ahead of Charlie Stanbury in lane 2. Charlie is responding though, over in lane 2. Very close for third, Edward Ormsby in 1. Joe Sutton in 7, and 3 other swimmers in the middle, all of whom could get up there. 10 metres to go. Ethan Ivlor Chapman, Sidis Norbert's 15-year-old, entered 2:35. Is going to take this from Charlie Stanbury. Look at his time. Ethan touches 2:29.36, under 2:30, 2:31.41 for Charlie Stanbury, entered at 2:35. And third there, 2:33 for Royston's Edward Ormsby, a 13-year-old, entered 2:37. Clear to the side, please, swimmers. Clear the pool, please. Heat 8 of the 200 metres backstroke. Sander Cleverbore in lane 1 is 14 from Berkhamsted. Lane 2, Enzo Lim is 15 from Watford. 3, Cameron Clark, who's 19 from Bushey. In lane 4 is James Atwell, who's 15 from Harpenden. James entered 2:28, fastest entry time here in this heat. Lane 5 is William Tolland, who is 17 from Costa. Lane 6, Daniel Ord, who's 15 from Watford. Another 15-year-old Lewis Dormer is in lane 7 from Harpenden. And 14-year-old Potters Bar's Jake Moore is in lane 8. 33 seconds for 3 of the leaders. You can see them out there all together. And then the next row is on about the 35 mark. Wow, look at this, 4, 5 and 6 absolutely locked together at the moment. James, William and Daniel. And it is actually Daniel Ord from Watford. No, he's actually not. He's been caught by James Atwell. They're going to be close. They're going to turn together. It's 1:10 and then 1:11 for William Tolland behind them. 1:12 at halfway for Cameron Clark. 1:14s for Zander in 1. And then Enzo in 2. And lane 7, Lewis Dormer. 1:14 also for Potters Bar's Jake Moore. 1:14.8. Two swimmers now, pull clear. They've got 50 to go at this turn, but now just in the lead. Daniel Ord from Watford entered at 2:30. James Atwell at 2:28 is right behind him. 1:47 and 1:48, those two at the final 50 split. Behind those in third place at the moment, splitting at 1:50 was William Tolland. But pulling away, great penultimate length there from Watford's Daniel Ord. And Daniel's pulled clear now of James Atwell. Daniel entered at 2:30, James at 2:28. So look at Daniel's time as he touches, 2:23.96, about a 6-7 second PB, 2:25.61 second to touch there was Harpender's James Atwell, and third there, William Tolland from Costa at 2:29. Clear the pool, please. Clear the pool, please. We have a notice of disqualification, event 318, heat 7, lane 3. Event 318, heat 7, lane 3, disqualified for a technical infraction. This is heat 9 of the 200 metres backstroke. Penultimate heat 9, we've got Ryan Wall in lane 1, who's a 13-year-old from Royston, fastest 13-year-old entrant, 2:27. Owen Stratkosh is in 2, he's 18 from Berkhamsted. 3, William Preston is 15 from Bushey. 4, Luke Flynn, 15 from Watford. 5, James Pope, 17 from Watford. And the fastest 14-year-old from Bishop Stortford is in lane 6, Diego Derrington, he's entered at 2:26. Christopher Hughes in lane 7 is 18 from Burko, and James Coleman in lane 8 is 15 from St Albans. 32 seconds at the 50 metre. There is leading the way Watford's Luke Flynn. is the fastest entrant in this heat at 2:23. He's going to hold on to that, but right behind him is his teammate, James Pope. Luke splits at 68, James at 70.09, 70.5 for Christopher Hughes, and then 71 in lane 3 for William Preston. 71's also for Ryan Wall and Iago Derrington. 72 behind those for Costa's James Coleman, and also Berkham's own Stratkosh. (150 metres). Leader turns at 1:46. Luke Flynn looking for 2:23 as an entry time, but look at the pressure he's now getting from James Pope alongside him. Luke in 4, James in 5. James trying to find that little extra, and a big sprint finish coming from Ryan Wall, the 13-year-old Royston swimmer, over in lane 1. Ryan trying to get up there into 3rd place. He's got a good sprint finish on him, but under the flags, 5 metres to go. Luke's going to take this end at 2:23, goes to 21.9, 2:23.54. Second to touch there was James Pope, and third 2:25.81 for Royston's Ryan Wall, 13-year-old. Well done. Clear to the side, please, swimmers. Clear to the side. So this is the final heat of the 200 metres backstroke with the fastest entrance. Please welcome to the blocks your final heat, leading off in lane 8 from Potters Bar, Alexander Mason. In lane 1 from Watford, the fastest 15-year-old entrant, or one of the fastest 15-year-olds, Henry Newbury Kemp. In lane 7 from Sidney St Albans, Kieran Burkett. In lane 2, from Hatfield, Luke Pestali. In lane 6, from Hatfield, the actual fastest 15-year-old, Ethan Baskerville. In lane 3, the fastest 16-year-old, Watford's Keaton Ratch. In lane 5, from Potters Bar, Thomas Stanbury. And your fastest entrant in the whole event, an entry time of 2:13 from Sidney St Albans, Alexander Horn. Your final heat for the men's 200 metres backstroke. So this is the final heat of the final event today. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, or whoever's going to be here. Henry Newbury Kemp, of course, in lane 1 is a 15-year-old, as is Ethan Baskerville. The rest are all in the 16 and over age group. Ethan's in 6. Coming up to the early turn, Alex Horn, 2:13 swimmer, goes 30 seconds at 50. Behind him at the moment is Thomas Stanbury in lane 5, and Ethan Baskerville in lane 6. So coming down now to the halfway 100 metre split. Alex Horn still looking good, 17-year-old. So just under 2:14 is his entry time. Yeah, could get inside that, may just slide inside it. 64 seconds, 65 halfway for Thomas Stanbury, 66 for Ethan Baskerville, 68 in lane 7 for Kieran Burkett, 68 for 2, 8 and 1 in that order. That's Luke in 2, Alexander Mason and Henry Newbury Kemp. And then 69 seconds for Watford's Keaton Ratch in lane 3. 150 metres for the leader. Alex turns 138, just under. 140. Thomas Stanbury in second place and 142 for Ethan Baskerville, holding on to that bronze medal position. These three look like they're the three going clear here, but Ethan Baskerville is a 15-year-old. So the bronze medal in the open age group. He's currently being held in lane 6 by Ethan, in lane 7 by Kieran Burkitt, but touching first, 2:12.68. Alexander Horn takes the title of the 2020 200-metre backstroke men's champion. Second there, Thomas Stanbury, Potters Bar at 2:15.91, and the third position there. And taking the gold medal in the 15 age group, I would think Ethan Baskerville from Hatfield at 2:16. Fourth place was Luke Pastali from Hatfield. Well done, swimmers. Make your way to the side of the pool, please. Thank you very much to everyone who has helped out today. Lots and lots and lots of people behind the scenes. Huge number of people wandering around here helping, without whom we couldn't run this. Thank you very much. Thank you to all our officials for coming along today. Don't forget, everyone here is here free of charge, and the officials and the around the side. So they're all here out of the goodness of their heart helping these swimmers swim. So a very, very big thank you. Same to the coaches and the swimmers. We'll see you tomorrow morning for the last day. Do make sure you're on time tomorrow. We'll see you in the morning. Remember to get your medals. Check the medals. Do please go and get your medals now. Someone from each club, please go to the medal table and collect any that haven't been claimed.